like you said at the end of the game, go back home. You know, that's what
blew
we're doing out there. You know, like they were going back home. They were silent.
Somebody, it was actually Cam. He wrote on there. He's like, bro, you're worse than. He's like, you're worse than all the Eagle fans combined. I was like, oh hell no.
So when Aidan O'Connell throws an interception, it's the coaching fault. But when Jimmy G throws an interception, it's Jimmy G's fault.
Yeah.
I don't get that. You know how the Raiders won the Super Bowl?
Hell yeah, my biased self. Raiders all the way. We go to the Super Bowl, baby. Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
Just win, baby. Let's go. Yo, what is going on, Raider Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Oos Nation Podcast, episode 13. It's your boy Simone Raider with my co-host,
Mr. Fitz. Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Sub City Studios, obviously the home of the Oos Nation Podcast.
Yes, sir.
If you guys are interested or wanting to start a podcast, looking for a place to go, this is the place for you guys, man. But with that said, like we start every episode, man. How you feeling? How you doing? How's the week going?
I am drained.
I'm
dying, bro. These first 5 weeks killed me.
I'm telling you, it's a little bit different when you got a lot of things going on other than just showing up, huh?
Yeah, it's way different, bro.
Yeah.
This year compared to last year, I'm just feeling it. After the game, every week, I'm done. I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the beginning of the season hasn't looked too good for us. You know, we've gone to a couple of games. I've been to three. I've been to three. You've been to four, I believe. So, right?
Yep.
Every time leaving the stadium, especially if we lose, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, man.
It sucks having to do shitty content after losing. It's better when we win because I can talk more shit.
Yeah. I think it's tough because we put a lot into doing a lot, leading up into the season and leading up to the weeks. We had plans and all that,
Yep.
Events going on, tailgates, even doing content. And I know we haven't really been in the studio for the past couple of weeks, but we're gonna try to get back on it, and like I said before, we'll try to recap the beginning of at least the first quarter of the season and talk about this latest game that we had on Monday Night Football. How do we feel so far? It was like we're 5 weeks in, going on our 6th week. We are 2-3 right now.
Yes.
And when we initially did this in the beginning of the season, the record prediction, we were both predicting that we'd be 4-1 right now.
Yeah.
That's us having our expectations up a little higher than usual. And I mean, I've always done that. So it's been tough, especially to think that we would have went 4-1, but now we're 2-3, which we at least got back into the win column this past week after suffering 3 bad losses in a row.
For real.
But
we could have been 3-3 right now. Or what? No, we could have been 3-2 right now.
Yeah. Which game?
For the Charger game.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't throw the fucking ball in the fucking end zone.
If we had Jimmy G's, only.
No.
I knew you were gonna start with that.
Don't blame AOC for that.
Hey, you know what?
That was coaching's fault right there.
Why, okay.
You're on the 1 yard line. You have Josh Jacobs. You run that shit. Okay. That reminded me of fucking Super Bowl.
The one with the Seahawks.
With Seahawks, yeah.
And the Patriots.
The fuck are you doing?
So tell me this,
Daniels.
So when Aidan O'Connell throws an interception, it's the coaching fault. But when Jimmy G throws an interception, it's Jimmy G's fault.
Yeah.
I don't get that. That's what I'm telling you. It's like, see, Jimmy G's not, like I said, he's not an elite quarterback. I'm not expecting. I think he's a game manager at best.
I think AOC is an elite quarterback in the making, bro.
Oh, come on.
I think he is the future of the fucking Raiders right there. Even though he struggled the first half of the Chargers game, I mean, in the second half, he pulled his shit together. And one of those fumbles was caused by the fucking O-line. I forgot who hit him. But not to say excuses. In the second half, he came out there and was slinging the ball. He was. So,
but he also threw interception in triple coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we should have ran the ball, but he should have threw that ball away.
Fault.
It was. This is good. Like we agree on a lot of things, but I know when it comes between AOC and Jimmy G, I'm on Jimmy G's side, and you're on AOC's side.
AOC.
And we got to see one game from him. wasn't that great. It wasn't that great.
He's a rookie. Come on, cut him some slack.
Okay, so how much slack do we cut him? It was like,
That's it. Watch the next game he plays. He's gonna be fucking awesome.
He's not gonna play no more games this season. Jimmy G all the way.
If he gets hurt, then
if he does. You know, I'm not gonna because you know, leading up into that Chargers game, obviously, shout out to LA, man. It was a lit ass weekend, a busy
LA
weekend nonetheless.
Dope.
Tailgate, hands down, the best so far, and I think it's gonna be
Oakland was better, but I'm
talking about
right now.
this year.
Yeah. Tailgates of this year, by far, but
by far, LA's hands down the best tailgate. I know we're not gonna compare to Oakland. I know a lot of people talk about Oakland. That's gonna pass. But now, like LA game, you know, a lot of people were wondering AOC, Jimmy, or Brian Hoyer. And I agreed with you. You know, AOC should have played, and he did play over Brian Hoyer. There was no way that Josh McDaniels was going to put in Brian Hoyer over AOC with a lot of fans coming, you know, to watch them and at least see what the rookie can do. There were some flashes there, but then he kind of reminded me of the last number 4 quarterback with those 2 fumbles that he had in the game. Watching the game, it was really frustrating. I could tell he had, you know, the nerves are building up in the beginning of the game. We kind of cooled down at the end, and we did have a chance to win that game, like I said.
Yeah, coaching's fault.
How?
You're on the 1 yard line. You don't throw that shit. You give it to Josh Jacobs.
But even on the rollout, Jacoby Myers wasn't even looking at the ball.
Yeah, well, remember I was telling you, I believe he was throwing it ahead of him because that's a tight end route where you go like this and then come back out. He threw it a little too early.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying it still falls on the quarterback. Because had that been Derek Carr, we'd be on Derek Carr too. Or had that been Jimmy G, we wouldn't be talking about the coach's fault. We would be saying,
but most of the time when we get in the red zone with Derek Carr, they give it to Josh Jacobs.
That's true, and that's what they should do.
Yeah,
and like they did this past game when we got in the red zone. Hand it off to Josh Jacobs.
And you want to run it the whole game. Like, Josh Jacobs has so many runs that game, but then when you get to the 1 yard line, you going to throw it? What the fuck is wrong with you? McDaniels.
I'm not sold on McDaniels right now, but I know for you, AOC's that guy. Like, if you were the coach right now, if you were Josh McDaniels, even with the 100% healthy Jimmy G, you would still put AOC in?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I would. I believe in him that much.
Okay, so look I posted on Twitter, and a lot of people was on my ass though. You know, like I said, if Jimmy G is 100% to go, because this is after the Chargers game coming into the Packers game, because a lot of people were wondering even if he was going to play this game. I was like, if he's 100%, I'd rather see him out there than AOC, and obviously a lot of people agree with you. They disagreed with me and stuff like that. I was like, come on, man. If you want to win a game, put Jimmy G in. That's what we did, you know? We finally got a win, you know?
But he did lose 2 other games for us.
He lost 1 other game for us.
Well, yeah, okay.
Wait, no,
5.
With 5. Oh, we lost 1 game. Oh, yeah, he did lose 2 games.
Yeah.
He lost 2 games, but he won us 2 games. AOC's 0-1.
I think our defense won us the last one. I gotta say Jimmy G won that one. Shout out to Meek Robinson. He won the game. Meek won the game.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The defense did show up.
Yeah.
That looked like a whole different team.
Defense, right? That's the defense I was expecting for the fucking season, bro.
You know what's funny? You know, you ever seen that one funny meme, that clip that lady on the plane was like, that motherfucker right there is not real.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I was watching the defenses. We came away with 3 interceptions on the 2 for Robert Spillane. He could have easily had 3.
Yeah.
But then, you know, shout out to Meek Robertson. He called game. At the end of the game, you know, I don't know why the Raiders had to keep it that close. You know, we were dominating most of the game. But, man,
Meek won us that game right there.
Oh, for sure. It's great to see that the defense as a collective finally came together.
Yeah.
But one guy that has always been putting it down has been Max Crosby, who became the AFC defensive player of the week. Yep. You know, had 5 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and a sack.
Had
1 sack. But he's always bringing that motor out there. And, you know, we never question him. But it's always been a question on whether or not the linebackers were going to help or the secondary.
Yeah, Spillane, he did the same this last game.
Oh, yeah, he did a great job. I mean, the defense in general did a great job. One thing I was frustrated about was the fact that the defense, out of the turnovers that we did have, we only came away with 1 field goal. I would have loved to see us score touchdowns, you know, and that goes back to Josh McDaniels, the play calling and stuff like that, and even misreads. Because, like I said, Jimmy G's not perfect. Even though I vouch for him, he missed a couple of players down. Like, there was a couple of plays where he could have found Devontae Adams wide open, but checked it down. That's one thing that I was frustrated with Derek Carr, you know. But, you know, Jimmy G, like, to me, this is what I said about Derek Carr. I don't care about any of that as long as we win.
Yeah.
If we start losing, then we're going to start nitpicking. Oh, hey, you know, he should have got this guy, got that guy. He missed this. What the hell is he doing, you know? But if he's winning, nobody cares about. But, you know, there's still people out there nitpicking on Jimmy G, even though we won, you know? We won at the end of the day.
We won, but
yeah.
Shout out to the defense on that.
I agree with you on that. The defense came through. And there was a clip of Devontae Adams talking about the win and saying that we need to start winning more convincingly instead of squeezing out wins.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what he said. You can win a game and look shitty, and we've done that too many times. And that's true.
Yeah, facts.
The first game, we won by 1 point. I say that game was a solid game. This past game that we won, it was a shitty game, but we still came out with the victory. Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Of course, we would love to see the blowout wins, you know, but I guess that's just not us. And I guess that's what's frustrating.
Maybe if we put AOC in there.
Come on. If we put AOC in there, bro, we would have been 1-4. No,
I believe in AOC.
I like it. See, I like AOC. I don't like to talk down on him, but you know, when it comes between Jimmy G and him, I'd pick Jimmy G still, as long as he's healthy. And if we have Jimmy G in, well, if we want to get Caleb Williams, I wouldn't mind putting AOC in there then, you know?
Because we'll Caleb Williams.
We'll lose more games with AOC.
I don't even think Caleb Williams is going to go in the draft. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh, yeah.
He said he'll make more money in college than he will in.
Well, he said, like, if they said that if they don't really like the team that's going to pick number 1 or number 2, they might just stay another year, which I call cap on that. He's going to come to the NFL no matter what. Is he going to be the number 1 quarterback? Most likely. And is the Raiders going to be looking for a quarterback? Most likely. Or what do you think? Let's talk about that real quick. You know, there's a lot of great quarterbacks coming out of the draft next year. And right now, obviously, Jimmy G's not the future.
Well, but you look at last year, perfect example. I mean, every now and then you get these draft classes with great quarterbacks. Perfect example last year. Who'd you have top 3, 4 quarterbacks going in the first, second round? You had C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Levi, or whatever his name is. That second round. Yeah. But all these quarterbacks and
Anthony Richardson
is doing okay right now.
Yeah, but he's out for a couple weeks.
But for
instance, C.J. Stroud is looking solid right now for the Texans.
Yeah,
he looks good. And that's the quarterback that I wanted.
He's okay. He's not great.
Oh, come on.
He's doing his job right now.
And that's what you want, right?
I don't want to settle for ordinary doing your job. I want to settle for greatness.
Well, they're not going to come out of the draft and go be great right away. You know, Peyton Manning, his first year, had a horrible record.
Yeah.
And started being good. Derek Carr, his first year, we were like, we lost 10 straight games, and then we started picking things up. I think it's hard for a rookie quarterback to come in and go straight to the Super Bowl or be the only quarterback I think kind of did that was Ben Roethlisberger.
And Purdy.
He didn't go to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, he was.
But they went pretty far though. You know, that shout out to the F the Niners, but they got a good team. They got good management. They got a good team, great defense, great offensive line. You know,
they're the shit right now.
And he got some big shoes to fill. You know, filling Jimmy G's shoes right now.
That's not that big.
Hey, Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl though.
Yeah,
can't say the same for Purdy. I don't think they'll ever go to the Super Bowl again.
I think they will.
You think so?
Right now, the way that the Niners look, bro, they're giving up what on average to opposing teams.
They are looking
218 yards per, each wide receiver, 1, 2, and 3, and all that. Their defense, coaching, everything about the Niners says Super Bowl for me, at least as a bettor.
Oh man!
So my predictions for this year's Super Bowl is, even though I fucking hate both these teams, is Niners get there by skill. Chiefs barely make it in by luck.
What?
Niners winning overall.
You don't have the Raiders going to the Super Bowl?
Hell yeah, my biased self, Raiders all the way. We going to the Super Bowl, baby. But you got to remember, my football self that bets, yeah.
They in a Niners Super Bowl. Raiders win.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
It's a fantasy world, though.
Hey, the The Niners are just lucky they don't got the Raiders on their schedule. We would have whooped that ass like we did on preseason.
Exactly.
Hey, you see that? You see that post that Joe posted of us celebrating?
No. Oh yeah, I did.
And then
People were talking hella shit.
I was laughing because when you kept yelling like 2 and 3, 2 and 3, and I was like, oh, that does sound. So people are gonna troll us obviously because we're Raider fans celebrating a win, like like it's a Super Bowl, whatever. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start trolling these people too. And I was up in there, and people were putting like the gifs of like the Niners and stuff. I said, oh no, we're not talking about that sorry ass team we beat in preseason, bro. and then they're all like, oh, preseason, that's a preseason game. I was like, I just let them be because just rile up their feathers. And then somebody else posted a Niner thing, and I was like 34-7, just left it like that. And it was getting all heated. I said, hey, that's the last time y'all lost was against us, whether it was preseason or not. I'll take it. I like to shit talk and just troll them as well. I mean, we haven't had a lot to really cheer for this season, so I'll take whatever I can.
I'll take whatever I can take.
But Super Bowl's in Las Vegas, man. I feel like it'd be perfect. I think it'd be a perfect script to have the Raiders in the Super Bowl. But,
that'd be great if we could
if the Raiders go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In some form or dream or, fantasy.
In another realm, they will.
With the team we have right now, do you keep Josh McDaniels and Jimmy G?
Keep both of them?
If they take us to a
Super Bowl?
Or let alone a playoff.
I mean, Jimmy G's still young. If he can manage to get us to the playoffs or the Super Bowl, I wouldn't mind keeping Jimmy G so AOC can learn a bit more, but also keeping Jimmy G so we can get more players
to build around.
Yeah.
Because I think the future of the Raiders is going to be a young quarterback that's going to be cheaper, right?
Yeah.
And we could spend more of that money around
defense.
Yeah, defense. I mean, we spend a lot of money on offense, and we could barely score 20 points.
Exactly.
but okay, with that, getting back, I know I kind of went off the rails real bit. But say we go forward to the draft next year, heavy quarterback draft. I know we have AOC on the roster right now. Do you draft your quarterback of the future, or do you stick with AOC and don't even think about a quarterback next year?
Quarterback in the draft.
Damn, you got a lot of trust in AOC like that.
Yes, I do.
I love AOC, and that'd be great. That'd be great if he turned into that guy. I just can't see it yet. He reminds me of Matt McGloin. Remember Matt McGloin? Yeah. Looked great in preseason. Has solid games here and there, but not technically the guy.
I mean, with AOC, there was things that I saw in the Charger game that, to me, like betting, there is so much upside to betting on AOC from what I saw in the Chargers game. You know what I mean? I feel the reason why he struggled in that game is maybe he didn't know the coaching of the plays is as good as he could have. Another big factor in that is the O-line fucking was bending over and handing over Vaseline in that game. They were like, go ahead, fuck my quarterback. You know what I mean? So there was, we all saw him come out in the second half. He had some huge plays, whether it was 15, 20 yards. That one play where he bombed it to, who was it, where he got called for a PI. You know what I'm talking about?
I forgot.
Was it Jacoby? No, he was out.
I forgot.
Somebody who, where it was like a 40-something yard throw. Like, there's glimpses of greatness in there. In my belief, the upside is insane with AOC. So I'm a betting man, you know what I mean? And I'm going to bet on AOC. This next draft, fuck a QB, fuck Caleb Williams. Go for defensive players and get some fucking O-line in that fucking draft.
And you know what? Getting on the O-line.
Shout out to him because I fucking love, all the Raider players. It's my squad and all that, and I know some of them, but y'all fucking up low-key.
Basically saying do better out there, guys.
Yes, please. It's hard being a Raiders fan.
So going into the season, like, speaking of the offensive line, the offensive line was actually good last year, They came into the season pretty shitty, but throughout the season, they became one of the most solid units out there, which led to, Josh Jacobs having the year that he had, and even us scoring as many points as we did. I just felt like the quarterback that we had last year had no kind of awareness in the pocket. We have a quarterback this year that does have more awareness in the pocket in Jimmy G. But I feel like the offensive line is just not there. Like they were last year. They're really one of the weakest links of the offensive line, of the offensive side of the ball. We spent a lot of money on the offense, and I know a lot of people continually say that, why aren't we scoring more points? I think it all comes right back to the offensive line.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, he came in rusty. but the offensive line isn't opening up holes, you know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, Jimmy G, he's over here trying to make something work out there. And I seen a pass where he missed Devontae Adams down deep. But before he could even think about throwing it, there was already somebody in his back pocket, you know? And I seen the same thing with LC, which, you know, contributes to him, you know, fumbling the ball and not looking as good because it seemed like the defense was getting to him real quick, you know, especially Khalil Mack. And that was one thing that one of my cons that I had for LC in the Chargers game was the fact that he was holding on to the ball too long. And by the time he thought about throwing it, he got hit.
He got hit.
Fumbled the ball. Like, what the hell, man? But the offensive line, I think, is really our weakest link on the offensive side of the ball. It's what's holding us back. We don't have a scrambling quarterback. You know, Jimmy G's not going to be Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes running all over the backfield trying to find a play.
Hurts,
like he'll run up a bit, you know, and maybe get a first down, extend the play a little bit, and find somebody downfield. But outside of that, you know, we can only do as much as the offensive line gives us. And if we could get that same defense, you know, moving forward, and if we could get Josh Jacobs like this past game, you know, he had a solid game. He had only 12 carries. Let me see. He had 20 carries for 69 yards, a touchdown. Had 5 receptions. It was a solid day.
It was all right.
It was a solid day. Like the numbers don't show it, but we were there. We watched the game.
We saw glimpses of what he did last year.
He was fighting for those first downs. He was fighting for extra yards, and that's what you want to see from your running back. And that's why I felt like, you know, Jimmy G being the dink and dunk master out there. At least he had Josh Jacobs there to, you know, toss the ball to when he was
hand off.
Yeah, or hand it off or whatever. Jimmy. So that's all you that's all you need, you know, like if your running back can do that, if you can open a little bit of holes up for your running back, I think Josh Jacobs should be good. If we get that same Josh Jacobs or even better for the rest of the season and even that defense, we should win at least 8 games this year.
Well, that was my prediction, right? 8 and 9.
That was. Mine was 10. And that doesn't look too good right now. But hey, we got a long season. We could turn things around, man.
Hopefully, man. If McDaniels could pull his head out his ass.
And after last game, you know, I kind of got off the McDaniels train. You know, I'm still like right now, like I'm not sold on him. We got the win. I'm happy we got the win. The offense should be better. Defense looked great out there, but I'm just hoping that McDaniels could at least.
You better pull a magic trick out that fucking hat, something, because some of these plays, I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, for sure. And then you look at and real quick, we were at the game, right? Another thing that I wanted to talk about real quick was, what do you think about the halftime shows?
Oh, it was dope.
We had, DJ Quick, Too Short, and
Warren G.
Warren G.
It was dope. That was a dope halftime show. I
feel like the Raiders know what they're doing when they're trying to bring people, like, you know, like they know a lot of people.
Entertainment-wise, but y'all need to fucking worry about the team more than the fucking entertainment.
Oh, they worry about the entertainment a lot. I don't know about the team.
I'd rather see a win than fucking some of my favorite rappers on stage.
Yeah, I remember we had a Lil Wayne last time, huh? So they know how to throw a party in the Allegiant Stadium, but we just needed to see that on the field, you know? We need to see that entertainment on the field because I feel like, you know, they always seem to make games really close for us. And we're over there stressing out and stuff like that.
The whole fourth
watching
quarter
the game,
just,
you know. But, hey, that's one way to keep opposing fans silent is by going out there and getting the lead, keeping the lead, and even being as dominant as they were on Monday night. There was a lot of Packer fans there.
There was.
But you didn't notice it because
they had the dark green jerseys on.
But not even that. We would have heard that Go Pack Go the whole game if they were doing a great job, like we did for the Steelers game. Nothing but those ugly ass towels, you know, because they had a lot of momentum on their side until the end of the game. Remember, we almost came back, but obviously that didn't happen. A lot of people talk about Las Vegas. Oh, we should never came here, and I know we talk about this over and over again. And a lot of people say, oh, this wouldn't have happened in Oakland. We should go back to Oakland. No, Oakland is in the past. You know, Vegas. The only way you're gonna get the fans out here if you win. Yeah, continue to win. The fans will come out. Opposing fans come out here one time a year just to watch their team play, and it gives them an excuse to come out here to Las Vegas, pay that $500 or whatever just to come out here, watch their team. And when they lose, it makes it feel much better because, hey, you guys came over here, supported our team, came to our city just to see your team lose. You can go back home, you know?
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
And like you said at the end of the game, go back home. You know, that's what we're doing out there. You know, like they were going back home. They were silent. you didn't really get to hear him, and that's what I wanted.
Bro, somebody it was actually Cam from Drew Deasy's camp.
Yeah.
You know, he wrote on there. He's like, "Bro, you're worse than." He's like, "You're worse than all the Eagle fans combined." I was like, "Oh hell no!" That was funny.
454.
Yeah, but nah, man, that video fucking blew up. I was tripping out, and I was just talking shit on the, you know.
It's always that. It always feels good to talk shit. I like making like skits of like when we're losing, but it sucks. I'd rather make skits on when we're winning, you know. But you know that was a tough game to come out, but I'm happy that we got that win.
Yep.
I did want, like I said, I wanted to go over the first 4 games before this recent game that we had, because obviously we didn't have a podcast episode, so we'll go over the first quarter like real quick, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, week 1, we got the win, 17-16. You got to go out to Denver. Great time, right?
Yep.
And we won that game.
We won. With the whole fourth quarter, you know, it was fucking nerve-wracking, but we made it through that.
Yeah, and Jimmy G looked good. The defense looked good, and I think that was a solid game. It gave us a lot of hope moving forward. I think a little bit too much hope, because we thought we could go and whip on the Bills.
I didn't. Remember, I had that as a loss.
Yeah, well, we thought we were going to go and beat the Buffalo Bills. We came away with the loss on that one, 38-10.
Yep.
And that game, that game, I felt like the momentum could have been different, because we went out, we scored the very first point, and then we got the turnovers on down.
Yep.
And then the interception, which the 2 interceptions in that game, I wouldn't put that on Jimmy G.
Yeah.
The first one was tipped in the air, and that just kind of ruined our whole momentum. And then the second one, that shit got snatched out of Josh Jacobs' hands.
Yeah, so.
And we just never got the momentum back at all, and we just got whooped to a better team, the Buffalo Bills. And then we come home, we had a lot of high hopes. It was Pittsburgh Steelers game. It was
Shits, birds, squealers.
And that's when that loss, Oos, that one hurt, Oos.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That hurt because we had a lot that weekend. The home opener weekend, you know.
The welcome to Las Vegas. We had the after party. We had the shit during the daytime on Saturday. Then we had the night before party. Then we had the tailgate.
And then I had the whiskey thing.
Exactly.
And then we came over to J-Lot, did the whole tailgate. And all of that leading into the game, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was tired of shit.
Yeah,
I was tired. We were all tired. This is like, it'll all be worth it with the win. And then we lost. And then we had to sit through that whole game and see us lose.
Not to mention the dipshit behind us.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I've been telling everybody, bro. I remember watching that game, and then the dude with the towel in back of us, I was like, man, this dude got one time to hit me with that towel.
He hit me 3 times.
I heard you say that. I heard you talking to him after.
So, hey, you hit me with that one more time, it's gonna be a fucking problem. And then he smacks me in the eye with it. I was like, oh hell no. Hey, Savage. I was like, record this so because I wanted to whoop his ass, honestly. But you could tell he was so fucked up. So I told Savage, hey, record this real quick. Just gonna yank this shit and just threw it.
Yeah, I see that shit. I didn't even know you did that. And I was right next to you. I think I was like, that was at a time when we were almost coming back, like, you know? So I was so focused in the game, I kind of had a little bit of energy, you know? But, man, I didn't even notice how many Steeler fans were there.
There was a grip, bro.
It was all black when we were going in. Obviously, I forgot they had black jerseys until those fucking towels came out. And I was like, God, you know, like, all these Steeler fans. And they was loud. Which is getting annoying because I'm like, fuck, man, we got to do something out there. And we didn't do nothing till the second half when we almost came back. Like I said before, obviously we didn't come back. Couldn't do anything in that game.
Shout out to somebody within the organization that hooked us up with those tickets.
And shout out to Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
Shout out to Raider Jesse. If you guys are not subscribed to Jesse's channel, man, go subscribe. Raider Jesse 408. You know.
He didn't want to shout, the person out. The main one.
He basically got hooked up for the game and then invited me and the Us to come in, and we had a good time over there, man. Outside of the game. And
outside of the game. We left sad as shit after the game.
And then after that Sunday night game, we prepared to go to LA like we talked about earlier, man. It was a lit weekend.
It was badass.
Raider Nation, one thing about the Raider Nation is that we show up deep in LA.
Yeah.
We got a lot of SoCal fans. Sometimes I'll be wondering where the hell are these fans on game days
During these games here,
during
what
these
the
games
fuck?
in Vegas. But they showed up deep in LA. The tailgate was lit. We was in a suite. We had a night before party. Everything felt good.
And then we lost.
And then AOC started playing. So
Coach ran it, or didn't run the ball. That's his fault.
I'm just joking. And then the game started, and man, Khalil Mack just went on a tear. It was
6 sacks, bro.
6 sacks in one game.
I remember that whole time when they were talking about trading Khalil, and then they were talking about Chandler Jones. I really wanted Khalil Mack to come back.
That one hit more than the car trade. It was,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit came out of nowhere. Thank you to John Gruden.
No, I'm talking about. Remember when we were talking about getting Chandler Jones? Then
you
Khalil
bring him
Mack
back,
was
yeah.
rumors. I wanted Khalil Mack to come back as a Raider and finish his career with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we ended up getting Chandler Jones. So Chargers should have got Chandler Jones.
And look at where Chandler is right now. He's
Yeah.
at home
Fuck.
on Instagram Live every night, man. I mean, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I feel like we dropped the bag on that one. And that one came out of left field. It was like all that Chandler Jones things, like right before the season. I didn't even expect that out of him. But it is what it is. We traded Yannick Ngakoue away just to get this guy. We could have got so many other guys, but we got Chandler.
Shit, man.
And we're back at square one. You know, and then we got Tyree Wilson here, which I'm gonna talk about Tyree in a little bit. But, you know, it's just been tough, man. And then we come back to Green Bay, like we said this past weekend. A pretty busy weekend as well. Not as busy as usual, but
We had the Welcome to Las Vegas party Saturday night. There was a bunch of stuff going on Sunday. I didn't attend. I had family things I had to do.
yeah, I took a whole break on Sunday.
Yeah.
And got ready for Monday, which was another big week. Shout out to Charles Woodson. It was his birthday. Shout out to Wilson
Happy
Whiskey.
birthday.
Charles Wilson, the GOAT. Man, it was a great weekend. We got to be in the Win Club. Got to party after. It feels good to be in the Win Club
Feels good to party after a win.
after a win. It sucks when we're in there when we lose.
Yeah, everybody's like,
With fucking tears on there. Nah, this shit was lit, man. I was having a good time, but you know, shout out to the wifey. She wanted to go home already. I wasn't ready to go home, but it's all good.
I was tired too. I was like, let me get the fuck out of here.
We got the win though at the end of the day, and now we move forward to
Patriots.
Patriots. We got one more home game until we hit the road, but we got the Patriots on paper. It looks like an easy ass win.
Should be.
Should be an easy ass win. We're favored to win this game.
Yes. If we're favored, then we should win. Casinos want that money, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what scares me the most. When we're supposed to win. Because those are the games we dropped the most. And the New England Patriots, you know, Josh McDaniels is facing
Who do
his...
they got over there? The only one they got that's good is the running back. What's his name? Steve.
Oh, he all right. Ramondre?
Yeah, he's good.
They got him. They got Mac Jones over there. I mean,
Mac
Bill
Jones
Belichick is on the hot seat right now.
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna have a job next year.
We'll see. But you know, Josh McDaniels is facing his former mentor. We beat him last year thanks to Chandler Jones, who's not here anymore.
Actually, shout out to Jacoby Myers.
Shout out to Jacoby Myers and Chandler Jones.
Yeah, both of them won us that game.
Hey, and you know, I feel like it's a winnable game, but I'm not getting my hopes up on this game. But it's a winnable game. If we could start winning, I'll take it one game at a time because we got what? The New England Patriots.
Chicago.
You got Chicago.
Detroit.
Detroit is actually a good team.
Yeah.
But those next two games look winnable.
If we can win those next two games and they get some momentum going into Detroit and beat Detroit, then we should come back and be able to beat the Jets, even though they got a solid defense.
The Giants.
And the Giants.
We got the Giants and the Jets.
First.
Yeah, Giants.
If we can come back, beat the Giants, because they fucking Vaseline type players over there, but beat them and then go into it with the Jets, that'd be a fucking. And beat the Jets, that'd be fucking great.
Like I said, these are winnable games. But knowing the Raiders, we don't like to get our hopes up. They just got to go out there, execute.
Yep.
And they got to be better than they were this past week. Even though we came out with the win, there's a lot of things that we could fix moving forward. But, yeah, speaking of the defensive side, I know there's been rumors going around on the Raiders possibly going out and possibly, you know, trying to look for players to add on the defensive line. And there's reports saying that they're open to, you know, trading a player for player type deal, which had me thinking,
Renfro.
who would I trade away? And obviously, Hunter is the number one name that's on top of my list, is because Hunter.
We're not using him. I love Hunter, man. That's third and Renfro right there. We're not using him. I mean, give him a chance somewhere else, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. Hunter's one guy that hasn't been utilized yet at all. Barely see him on the field. I forget he's even on the team. But there's a lot of players I would trade him for. There's names that I
really want Burns.
Brian Burns from the Panthers, that would be a solid pickup. Danielle Hunter from the Vikings would be another solid pickup. Leonard Williams was another name that I seen out there.
The linebacker White, I seen out there too.
Oh damn, that's a lot of money for him. I'd rather get Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen would be solid. There's a lot of defensive players out there, but I'd rather focus more on the defensive line, especially at the defensive tackle position, because we need more help there. Especially because we passed up on a lot of guys in the draft. I know Jalen Carter is always going to be a name that's brought up.
For real.
But there's a lot of players out there. I hope the Raiders could get a deal done just to bring somebody on the defensive line to help it out, because Max can't do everything,
I mean, we saw some glimpses with Tyree Wilson. I saw some major upside with him Chargers week 2. Yeah. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's just a slow start for a rookie and continues to grow. But till then, we need somebody solid on the opposite side.
And speaking of what's his face, Tyree Wilson, who's I seen an article on him, the most disappointing Raider this year. Did the Raiders screw up in getting Tyree Wilson?
Like I said, I saw some glimpses in the Charger game. There's some upside there. Personally, I really wanted Devin Witherspoon. Remember, I was saying that was my number one.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Carter, if he wasn't available. So, yeah, I mean, I would have went with Jalen Carter. I kept saying that. Remember in the draft, the live draft, I was like, Carty. And then they were like, Tyree Wilson. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Oh, you didn't. I didn't hate the pick at all. My pick was definitely Christian Gonzalez. Like, even if Witherspoon was there, because I know he got drafted before.
Isn't Christian Gonzalez out with a?
He's out right now, but he looked good before he was out. I would have rather drafted him in the secondary. But as far as Tyree Wilson, so far this year, it was no tackles for loss, no sacks, no pass deflections, no interceptions, only 5 tackles. 4 of them assisted in 1 solo tackle. Not really good at all. I'm not gonna judge him too much, but we need him to step up. He's the 7th overall pick. The defensive line needs it. I mean, if you're gonna be picked in the first round like that, especially top 10 like that, there's gonna be expectations on your back. You look at Cleveland Farrell a couple of years ago. There was a lot of expectations on his back, and he wasn't even that bad of a player. He just didn't live up to expectations, Zeus. I guess we'll see the rest of the season. Maybe he turns things around like Colton Miller did a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But that's yet to be seen right now. I just hope that he could grow into being that polar opposite of Max Crosby.
Yeah.
But one guy I do want to give a huge shout out to is none other than Amik Robertson, who's a guy that a lot of people counted out. But in this game, he stepped in with Nate Hobbs being out, and
he did.
Had a great game, Moose.
He did that,
and he ended the game off with the interception, a huge interception.
He got hops, bro.
Oh, he hella went up there.
He was like flying away.
What did Mikey say? They call him the Wolf.
Yeah, that's right. That's
the Wolf or something like that. As long as he goes out there and keeps playing like that, I'd rather see him out there than Marcus Peters. I haven't seen that. The only time I've seen any kind of glimpse of Marcus Peters was the time he almost got an interception
for the pick 6.
Yeah, and he dropped it.
That was it.
I don't know why we always get hyped up for these old veterans, Zeus, and they don't do nothing for us, Zeus.
Just dip into our pockets.
For real, those. Speaking of pockets, Zeus, one guy I want to talk about that we haven't talked about is none other than El Jefe, Zeus. Mark Davis, Zeus. I want to talk about Mark Davis, Zeus. There's some instances that we've seen that have went viral. First,
the fans going
at
after
the Chargers game. The fans being really frustrated with what they seen on the field, calling for McDaniel's head, and I don't know how or why, but Mark Davis was easily accessible to the fans. He was right there, and the fans were able to just talk to him. And I know he's trying to ignore them.
Yeah,
but you can only ignore him for so long, and then
it starts getting annoying.
And then Mark Davis kind of popped off on the fans, like, "Hey, smarten up, use your brain." And everybody, and that went viral,
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I love Mark Davis, man.
Me too.
How did you feel about that when you watched that?
I mean, I understand the fans' pain, but there's certain ways to go about shit. And being a little kid and blurting out, random shit ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Especially when you come off disrespectful. Somebody come off at me disrespectful, I'm gonna, hey, fuck you in your opinion. You know
I feel like that's what he wanted to say. Is
yeah, low key. So
like,
for
fuck
me,
you
it's
guys.
like you gotta be civilized about shit. Men handle men, men do shit like men, kids do shit like kids. And the way that people were tripping about it to me was like little kid shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully this could reach Mark Davis, this podcast episode, but something's got to change with the coaching.
No, for sure. And like I understand exactly what you said, because there's one thing to come off disrespectful, but then you look at the fans' perspective. We've been through a lot, as Raider fans, we've been through a lot. And then just to see how bad this team has looked, to see the product on the field. Mark Davis came into this because obviously his dad. He's not a football mind. I give props to him because as a businessman, he's done a great job.
Made shit happen, yeah.
He's done a great job with the Raiders. Got the Raiders a stadium, a state-of-the-art stadium. Moved to Las Vegas, one of the richest teams in the NFL. We got a Super Bowl in our stadium. He's brought on the Aces. Vegas is a sports town now, and I feel like it's more legitimate now because the Raiders are here. Not saying because we're winning, but just saying that we have a big thing here. We got the draft here. We got the Super Bowl here. We got the NFL team here. But when it comes to football, Mark doesn't know shit. Say it how it is. He don't know anything. I know he brought in Josh McDaniels, but you can't really blame the fans. It's kind of tough. You can't blame the fans, but the fans do need to be a little bit more respectful in that aspect. Because I know they're saying, fire Josh McDaniels. And that's what everybody wants to do. Fire Josh McDaniels. But my question is, you do that, then who takes over as the interim head coach? There's really no mind out there. I'd rather wait until after the season and then judge the team and then go from there.
We should be the coach.
Yeah. I should be the coach, huh?
Yeah.
Say, hey,
you be the coach, I'll be assistant coach, and we'll go make shit happen.
Hell yeah.
Players, what do you guys want to do?
Just look on Madden Newsline.
Yeah. We're going to do this play right here.
It's like, let's see what we could get for AOC in the trade market, Deuce.
No. Fuck out of here.
I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. Well, no, yeah. I mean, as frustrated as we are, I think we just got to wait until after the season, see what they do, man. But that wasn't the only one. This past game, we got to see Mark Davis again on TV.
Oh, yeah.
And he was frustrated at the team. And he blurted out, what an asshole. They caught him, on TV.
I seen that, yeah.
And I guess he blurted that out. It was 4th and 1. We had got the interception, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the second interception, or I forgot which one it was. And then it was like 4th and 1. And we went for a field goal. And I know he's probably frustrated. I'm probably frustrated too. Why not go for the first down?
That shit, man. We were up, right?
Yeah, we were up. It was 7-3.
Exactly.
We could have been 14 if we got the first down. But I understand, McDaniels is kind of playing a little bit vanilla, because if you don't get that first down, then everybody gonna be on his head still, But it's just kind of tough. I know Mark is kind of frustrated, but I don't think he's as frustrated as us fans, because we're the ones that are paying our hard-earned money to come to these games, to support this team. And, just to see that product on the field just doesn't seem worth it,
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why a lot of Raider fans don't show up. Because
we show up a lot, even though we suck. Everybody needs to show up. Win, lose, or tie, you shitty team or not.
Yeah.
We need to be in that fucking stadium.
Yeah, and shout out to Raider Jesse. He brought up a good point on one of the videos that he posted. The main people complaining about, why is there so many opposing fans, are the people that have never came out here and supported the team at all, or at least bought a ticket. I know it's expensive, but make a way, come over here.
When there's a will, there's a way. Get in that fucking stadium, bro. Trust me, when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, y'all should see my bank account, man. And I still go to the games and still try to support this team. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. But I feel like the Raider Nation should still try to come through and support this team no matter what. I know these are not Oakland prices, but the prices ain't gonna be any better if we started winning.
Yeah.
Moving forward, do you still feel confident in this team winning 8 games?
That's hard to say. The way we've been going.
What does your record prediction change?
No, I'll stay with 8 and 9.
Yeah, I could see us.
We have a bunch of easy games coming up. A few hard ones, mainly the The Chargers is going to be another hard one. The Chiefs.
We're beating the Chargers here.
Yeah, we are. It's always 1-1.
Don't worry.
Knock on wood.
Well, when we get Sean Merriman on here, we'll give them a big hug after they lose to us here. But yeah, I mean, I had us winning 10 games, 11 at most, but that definitely changed, dude.
That went out the window.
Yeah, I could see us winning 8 games, 7, 8 games.
Yeah.
If more, better. If not,
as long as the Broncos stay under our feet, I'm happy.
I'm not even worried about that team anymore. It's these Chiefs that I'll be worried about. But hey, with that said, though, we got another week coming up. Like you said before, we got the Patriots weekend. One more home game, Moose, until we hit the road.
We got a 2-week break.
And then we got a 2-week break here in Vegas. We get to relax and just enjoy our time at home, watch the game at home, and then get ready for when we come back against the Giants.
Yep.
This weekend, shout out to League of Bandits. Shout out to the Black Hole real quick. They got events going on, and we're going to be out there supporting them. Starting Friday, we got a Josh Jacobs autograph signing at the Flanker in Mandalay Bay. So we'll be there. I'm going to be there with them. We're going to be chopping it up with Josh Jacobs a bit. Then we got Saturday, the night before party at Eye Candy in Mandalay Bay. Free. Come hang out. Gorilla is going to be there. Violator's going to be there.
You got Corrupt.
Corrupt. And
DJ Battlecat, West Coast Legends right there.
They're going to be there hosting and performing at the event. Me and the Oos is going to be there, supporting, just having a good time with the Raider Nation leading up into the Patriots game. And then we're going to be tailgating at none other than J-Lot.
Yes, sir.
That's where everybody's going to be at. So if
J-Lot, hey, speaking of J-Lot real quick, if you fucking tailgate at the stadium, I've been wanting to say this and bring this up because everybody's spread out everywhere. You can walk to this lot, that lot. There's all these little tailgates going on. Everybody needs to come together and fucking tailgate in J-Lot. My opinion. Everybody, fuck it. Make your way to J-Lot. There's always tickets available. There's always space over there. Everybody needs to bring their ass to J-Lot and fucking tailgate.
But what if everybody can't do that?
Fucking figure it out.
I mean, it would be nice, to have more people in J-Lot. But I know everybody's got their own thing going on different lots.
Yeah, everybody can have their own thing going on in fucking J-Lot.
That's true. Because that Pink Lot in L.A., that shit was...
Yes.
Rows and rows and rows.
You love this team, and you tailgate in fucking Vegas, bring your ass to J-Lot. Let's get J-Lot popping, like really popping. Let's start organizing to make J-Lot the official area where if you tailgate in Vegas, your ass is in J-Lot.
Yeah, I mean...
Raiders, bitch.
I agree with you. I mean, if you're going to be tailgating anywhere else, I understand. But if you're not tailgating anywhere... Come to J-Lot. That's where we're going to be at. That's where everybody's at. Not just us, but everybody else. But Oos Nation will be there. Sapu's Barbecue. Shout out to my boy Ale barbecuing over there. Shout out to La J Tacos. My boy Cisco is going to be over there. Always there.
Yeah.
Great job.
Wrecking Crew. Everybody's over there. So come through, man. Let's get J-Lot popping like L.A., man.
We can only wish, man. We can only wish. But, yeah, we'll be out there. Those are the events that's going to be going down this weekend. If you guys are trying to look for where we're going to be at, those are definitely going to be the spots that we're going to be at. And then we're going to be heading into the game on Sunday, hoping for a victory.
Yes, please, Jesus.
Are we partying at Win again or what?
Yeah. If we win this time.
No, I mean, are we going to be at Win Club at least?
Oh, yeah, we'll be in Win Club.
You got to stand up for a long time.
Yeah. I'll make my way to one of those tables.
Yeah, we'll be there, though. But with that said, man, this is episode 13. We got a lot planned this year. Moving forward too, we got guests coming on. But yeah, it felt good chopping it up. Hopefully the Raiders can go out there, get a victory this weekend, and keep that momentum going.
Sir.
But with that said, it's your boy Simone Raider. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter at Simone Raider, and also my Oos.
Mr. Fitz, MRFITZ 714 on all platforms. Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
And with that said, we are out.